So we got a big week ahead of ourselves coming up with one of this year's most highly anticipated releases in the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low Medium Olive. Of course, these joints are set to drop coming up this Saturday, the 28th. Retails $150 on these. Now, of course, you know Travis's name rings bells here in the world of sneakers. Anytime he gets ready to drop one of his Nike or Jordan brand collabs, you're gonna see hundreds of thousands of people entering into the raffles for a chance to obtain one of the hottest sneaker collabs currently on the market. But I would have to say, as far as these Travis Scott releases, it seems like the narrative is beginning to slightly change here among sneaker circles, where I actually saw this tweet which did catch my eye. It reads, "The official shoe of I'm rich," and I like that hip hop stuff.
I wear Travis Scotts. I have like 300 pairs of them. Travis Scotts, UFC, 30 years, right? UFC, 30 years. Madison Square Garden on the back. I love them all. The Travis Scotts are my favorite shoe that I've ever had in my entire life. That's how much I love the Travis Scotts. How badass are these? Boom, another pair of Travis Scotts for me. Fire away, haters.
So it almost feels like, as far as these Travis Scott releases, it's one of those things where a sneaker becomes so mainstream and popular that it's no longer cool. I mean, take for example something like the Yeezy 350, the Panda Dunk Lows, or even like the Jordan 1s. You know, at one point, one of the most highly sought after collectible sneakers on the market. Once they began to mass produce them and just drop so many different colorways, they no longer were cool. So let's go ahead and see what the people are saying in response to this thread, where this dude said most of them are bland, especially how they're worn, referring to Travis Scott releases. Somebody also said these have also become the next Panda Dunks. I'll never wear these. This dude here, he put the new 350s, as well as saying the official Culture Vulture shoe. So that's a pretty extreme statement right there. But I would say, as far as the majority of sneakerheads, they would probably agree with this tweet right here, which says, "It sucks because they're a pretty good shoe. Biggest problem is they keep making so many of them and the lames eat them up." So it seems like Travis is definitely having one of those moments where something becomes just so popular and mainstream that it's no longer cool. And as far as this upcoming medium olive colorway, I would say these joints definitely are clean, but then again, you would have some people that would argue they're a little bit too similar to recent or previous Travis Scott releases. But then again, you got to take a look at it from the business side of things. So from Nike and Jordan Brand's perspective, when they gave us something different, for example, those Elkins highs with some more vibrant colors, such as like the yellow, blue in there, people responded saying that those are one of the ugliest Travis Scott releases of all time. So can you really blame them for going back to the drawing board, delivering a surefire hit with these earth tone colorways? I mean, can you really blame them like that? So with all of that being said, does it honestly feel like the hype for the backwards swoosh is beginning to die down a little bit? I would say, as far as amongst like sneakerhead purists, it is beginning to die down, but as far as just like your casual audience, it most definitely is not. So let's go ahead and take a look at a clip here why Dana White feels like the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Low is the best sneaker of all time.
It's the most comfortable shoe that I've ever worn. I love the shoe itself.
You like him?
Yeah, no, I love him.
Awesome.
I don't fucking like him at all. I love him.
So whether you love or hate these Travis Scott releases, you got to admit, one of the most popular and desirable collectible sneakers collaborations currently on the market. So I would say, as far as this Saturday's release, the demand, nothing has changed. But what has definitely changed, I would say, would be the stock numbers, as apparently it seems like, as far as more recent Travis Scott releases, Nike, Jordan Brand, they are doing a little bit of a better job of making more pairs. But with the rumor floating around that we're gonna see like around 150,000 pairs of these come Saturday, do you feel like that increases your chance? I mean, 150,000 does sound like a decent pair. I mean, we are seeing that resale prices for this pair isn't too bad. I mean, normally we know Travis Scott releases to sell for like, I'm saying like 1,000, maybe 2,000 plus via the secondary market. So the fact that these joints are selling for like around a modest 500 with about a week out from the drop, I would say those prices aren't too bad, but then again, expect them to definitely rise, once everybody takes their L come Saturday, because although apparently we have 150,000 pairs, which sounds like there's a lot to go around, you also have to consider all of the backdoor allegations, as right now is no secret that Travis Scott's team allegedly is backdooring a majority of the release. As you take a look here at this data compiled by StockX, where they actually account for all of the sales of this model, it looks like we already see like 800 plus sales of this particular colorway, and that's just StockX. That's not including GOAT data, as well as eBay and other reselling platforms. Plus, how do all these resellers across the country have like thousands of pairs of these, which they've been having these joints for a while, like a month ahead of the release? So I feel like as far as the backdoor allegations, those will continue. Although we have rumored to be 150,000 pairs of these Travis Scott releases come Saturday, do not expect this to even be like a walk in the park. These joints are going to be extremely difficult to cop, and even with all the backdoor allegations and all the negative attention surrounding that, you're going to probably see people tweet about it, maybe make some posts on Instagram or Facebook, on social media, but then of course once them joints drop, everybody's going to forget all about that and enter in the raffle to try to get these joints. So good luck to everybody trying to cop these joints. Of course it will not be easy, but as far as the release schedule, you can expect to see some type of like raffle via Travis Scott's website, which more than likely is going to be a waste of your time. Of course, we will see the official sneakers app drop go down on Saturday, as well as you're going to see some select retailers actually have these available. So you're going to want to sign up for an EQL account, because for the most part, most of these raffles are going to be EQL raffle, which seems to be the preferred method among sneakerheads. So I would say your least chance to get these would be the Travis Scott raffle, official raffle on his website, followed up by the sneakers app. That's going to be difficult just because although probably the majority of pairs will be available through the sneakers app, again, that's where probably most people are going to be entering in. So your best bet is going to go ahead and enter these various EQL raffles, which you see available via select retailers. So again, good luck to everybody trying to grab these. And once again, I do want to revisit the question: is the hype on the Travis Scott ones starting to die down a little bit? Do you guys feel like they're now becoming uncool? I would say possibly, or it could just be people hating because they can't get their hands on a pair of these joints right here. So again, good luck to everybody as far as this weekend's drop. Now, before we do bounce, I did want to recap this past weekend's releases, because we did have some interesting headlines which took place. So I do want to start with Friday, where we saw the A Ma Maniére 4s drop via their official website. So there's been some recent headlines bringing up the whole money laundering case against James Whitner and everything like that. But it seems like sneakerheads are kind of turning a blind eye to that. And a lot of people were saying that these Jordan 4s are one of the best A Ma Maniére collabs from that While You Were Sleeping collection. A lot of people were saying either the Air Max 95s, possibly the Air Force 1s, or a toss-up between the Jordan 3s and these Jordan 4s. Now, we did see the Jordan 3s release, which they did sit, so it seems like a lot of people were kind of like, not feeling those too much, passing them up on those for the black cement 3s. But as far as these A Ma Maniére 4s, this seemed to be the one. But upon release day, looks like them joints were sitting on the website, which of course you guys know everybody overreacts once you see a pair sitting. But I would say based off the fact that this is a limited collaboration, they even had to create their own website, dropping these directly on A Ma Maniére rather than the sneakers app. I feel like they would definitely be disappointed to see this pair sit like that. But then again, it is 2024 and not much sneakers have resale value these days. But as far as a high profile A Ma Maniére collaboration on a pair of Jordan 4s, I didn't expect it to go down like that, or maybe I should say I did see it go down like that. Now, as far as Saturday, you had Adidas go head-to-head versus Jordan Brand. Jordan Brand hit us with the Jordan 1 Low Mocha, which is a cool take on the Jordan 1 Mocha in low top form. Now, I thought this pair was a lot more limited when I took a look at the stock numbers, which actually were over 140,000 pairs of these available. I actually misread it thinking it was 14,000 pairs. So these joints were overly mass produced, and it was one of those pairs where if you wanted them, they were an easy cop. On top of that, as well, same story from Adidas as these AE1, Lucid, Lime, whatever they're calling them. You know, we rock with the slime greens, but as far as that pair, that was a pretty easy cop. You know, if you wanted them coming in at 110 bucks, it almost feels like the AE1 is getting a little oversaturated with all these different colorways. And you guys already know Adidas has more in the tuck with that. And on top of that, Adidas did drop the Bad Bunny Gazelle, which on top of the confirmed raffle, they also did have a little website that they set up, adidasbadbunny.com. So those were again an easy cop, which is great because the Puerto Rico pair, the blue joints, were extremely difficult to grab. So I'm happy they made those a lot more accessible. It seemed like a lot of people were excited to go ahead and pick those up. So as far as this weekend, great time to be a sneakerhead. So many different options, some different collaborations, a little bit of variety from all of the different brands. And the best part about it, everything was easy. So if you were rocking with any of these pairs, they should have been an easy cop. So times are changing, you know, no longer resale like that, going crazy for these shoes like that. So it's kind of one of those things where if you just like the sneakers, you better go ahead and hop on them. And we'll see if things change with Nike next year, as they have just made a recent leadership change. So we'll see if these pairs are going to be held back a little more tough to cop come next year. So drop your thoughts on the Travis Scott release. Also, let me know what you guys did this weekend. Did you grab any sneakers or anything like that? So just wanted to check in with you guys here on this Sunday, because there's going to be a lot of talk about this Travis Scott release, and I just wanted to, you know, provide a little feedback with the people who are talking about these and all that good stuff. So drop your feedback down below, and more importantly, you know, if you would like to support the channel, an independent creator here, please go ahead and hit that like button right underneath that video. So if you guys made it all the way through the end, I appreciate you. Drop a salute down below. I'll be back with you guys tomorrow for the latest sneaker updates. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, and enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. I'm out, y'all. Love.